endorsed by this station. Opinions expressed are not necessarily those of radio station KMET, its management, employees, or affiliates.
What they might be.
It's time to steer the line.
Touchdown!
Sports betting, fantasy football, and the latest NFL news. Featuring Loud-Esmond, Christian Giordani, Rocky Giordani, and Jeremy James. Bet on us to make you a better better.
What?
Let's get ready to steer the line.
Good afternoon, Inland Empire. I am your host and analytics expert, Christian Giordani. Alongside of me is Loud-Esmond, our professional sports handicapper, and Rocky Giordani, our ex-professional athlete. How you fellas doing so far?
All right.
A lot of news.
A lot of news. Unfortunately, I have been at Rams training camp, so I have not been able to do it.
Unfortunately? What do you mean, unfortunately, you've been at Rams training camp?
Yeah,
You're a Rams fan.
Poor Christian gets to go hang out with the players at Rams training camp all day. So we're
what a terrible
for the show.
Oh, taking one for the team, huh?
Yeah, see if we can get an interview with Steve Avila, the center. That would be a big one.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've got backstage passes to the Dallas cheerleaders tryouts. I'm gonna have to go, guys. I'm gonna miss a couple days.
Right.
Sorry.
Boy, Lou, that's even worse than Christian. My goodness.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. Are we ready to hop in? Are we ready to hop in? Because we have some big news. Obviously, the biggest one of the week. Tua Tagovailoa got a contract extension with the Miami Dolphins. 4 years, $212 million. That's $53 million a year. And Miami's taking a very, very straightforward approach. There's no backtrack, no expedited money. It's all straight $53.1 million every year for the next 4 years.
Yeah, he failed to show up at training camp, and that was all that he had to force their hand, and they got him a new contract right away. Well,
he hasn't reset the market. He's not the highest paid.
Right. That's good.
That's about what the market is. What are the Falcons paying Captain Cousins?
I believe that's
55.
55, right around then.
Right. This is just the market now for NFL quarterbacks that are any good. Obviously, Tua hasn't won anything. There was the injury scare his second year with the multiple concussions, but he seems to have sort of gotten over that. Oh, my God. Sorry, I have to break in. It's a 3 home run inning, including a grand slam, a 2-run home run, and now a solo home run for the Mets. In the bottom of the third, they're just blowing the baseball out of the field. In the past, 5 minutes, there's been 3 home runs.
Wow.
So, kind of crazy. Anyway, and yes, I have the Mets in that game tonight.
And I'm missing the Dodger game.
All right. So, yeah, no, I don't think it's a bad deal for the Dolphins. They like him. He's their guy. He's 4 years from now. He's still under 30, right?
And 4 years from now, he will be 30.
Yeah, 4 years from now, he's 30. And then they can make a decision what they want to do. So good for them.
Yeah. Rocky, what do you think about the contract?
Listen, they had to do something. They don't have anyone else. He's been pretty solid. Yeah, Lou's right. He hasn't really made a big splash, gone deep in the playoffs.
Well, they could have traded.
They have a lot of guys.
They could have traded for Aiden O'Connell. I'm sure the Raiders would be taking calls. Yeah.
There's a lot of guys, getting paid. Like Lou said, it's about the market. He just getting paid. When a starting quarterback gets paid nowadays, there was nothing exorbitant. I'm cool with it. A lot of guys who've had less success even than Tua are making that kind of money. So,
I thought one of the more interesting things I heard in the news today, NFL-wise, is Jerry Jones saying sometimes in his life there have been things he couldn't afford, even though he wanted them. What, he was trying to buy the moon? at some point, or what is it Jerry Jones can't afford? But just throwing that out there. But then, and that was clearly a message fired off at Dak Prescott. And Dak Prescott, in his press conference later that day, said, well, sometimes you got to move on in life. And, hey, it's happened to all the great quarterbacks. Joe Montana. It happened with Peyton Manning. It happened with Tom Brady. And they all went on to, do very well or even win Super Bowls. So if I have to move on, I have to move on. Christian, interesting, you think?
Yeah. Interesting to me that Dak Prescott's comparing himself to Tom Brady.
Yeah, he put himself in line. Like, that's exactly how he's going to be remembered right after Tom Brady, Joe Montana. Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's acting like he's one of the greats. He hasn't made it out of the second round in his entire career. I think he's made it out of the first once. Look, you know how I feel about the Cowboys and Dak Prescott, but here's the question with that. How much longer does Dak have under center in Dallas? And then when that time comes, who is taking his spot?
Well, right now they've got one backup, and he's fighting for his own life. It's time for Dak to get a new contract. So I don't know what they're going to do here, man. They're kind of pinning themselves in a corner there by not drafting a quarterback.
Well, but the problem that they have is they don't only have to pay Dak, they have to pay CeeDee Lamb, and if they want to keep him, they've the pass rusher, his name's going to escape me, Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
So they got three guys that are going to want top of the market money. Christian, you're the salary cap guy. Can you name me a team that has three players, including one at quarterback, getting top of the market money?
No, I cannot, but I will be able to name you one next season when the San Francisco 49ers pay Brock Purdy, and it's going to be a hell of a lot of money for them. They're going to be so shortcut for the next 4 years.
All right, hang on a second. Let's stay in Dallas for just a second.
Yeah, stay in Dallas.
Stay in Dallas for a second. Rocky, if you are Jerry Jones and you have those three guys, which one is your priority signing? Dak, Micah, or CeeDee? Yeah.
Micah Parsons, defense wins championships. You build your team around him. He's a stud, man. If you can keep CeeDee Lamb, great. I was never really sold on CeeDee Lamb. He's been doing really a lot better than I expected. He has become a true number one. So I guess you got to keep CeeDee Lamb. But I think Dak Prescott is at least third on that totem pole for sure, in my mind.
I would have to agree in the exact order. Micah Parsons has Hall of Fame caliber defense abilities.
No doubt.
CeeDee Lamb, right now, he's a top 5 receiver. Dak Prescott, despite what he does in the regular season, once playoff time comes, he clinches up and he can't throw a pass 10 yards down the field.
Yeah, he can't even go under a black light, man.
Oh, my goodness. Boy, I did not see that one coming. However, Derek Carr wouldn't have that problem. He's so squeaky clean. You wouldn't find anything on him. I'm just saying.
You had to bring Carr's name out.
No, I'm with you. I think you sign Micah first, and if you can get CeeDee Lamb, great. Dak is my third priority because if you have a fantastic defense, and by the way, Mike McCarthy, Jerry Jones explained when Jerry Jones said he's all in. Remember at the end of last season, I'm all in for next year. We're all in for next year. Everybody thought, oh, he's going to spend. He's going to do everything he can. And he hasn't done anything. He explained what he meant. He said, this is it for Dak and for CeeDee Lamb and for Micah and for the coach and for everybody else on this team. If they don't get it done this year, next.
Yeah. Who's next?
Yeah, because, he's paying all this money and he's not getting any results. And so, okay, if Dak isn't a quarterback who's going to take you there, does it matter who you have at wide receiver? Nope.
No, this from a front office standpoint, Dak Prescott going first is the smartest option because despite what we think of the kid, Trey Lance is the backup. He is a former top 3 pick.
No, he's not. He's not the backup.
No. He was. He's not saying he is the quality of. He's saying he was a top 3 pick, which he was.
Right.
And
But he's third in the quarterback room.
Who's the second guy in rotation?
We all forgot their backup quarterback.
Cooper Rush?
Real good, Christian. Cooper. Yeah, Rush. Who
Cooper
else?
Rush is he's the third guy in that rotation.
I don't think so.
From a front office standpoint, you're going to give the 25-year-old kid who's barely had any experience the past 3 years and was a highly decorated top 3 round pick to be your starter if Dak Prescott moves on. Cooper Rush had a great hero rush. He had a great stint of a season for, I think, 8 games.
He had 8 great games. How many has Trey Lance had?
None, but
zero.
Trey Lance,
none. He cracked
Trey
the
Lance
does not belong in
has
the NFL.
played 5 NFL games.
Right.
And he will get the chance he deserves once Dak leaves. Truthfully.
All right, let's all right, so we're all cool. I think if Dallas does not make a deep playoff run this year, Jerry Jones is blowing the whole thing up. He'll keep Marco Parsons and a few key pieces. And keep in mind that Dallas Cowboys' great offensive line is old now. And they've lost a couple of key pieces. So they had this window where they had a great offensive line. They had Zeke in his prime. They had a couple of good receivers. They had a decent defense. And they had Dak at quarterback. And now that window is closing. So I think it's very likely the Cowboys, boom, down to the studs at the end of this season because I don't think they're going to be very good. I just have this feeling that it's not going to be a great year for them. All right, holding on and holding out a bunch of receivers. Ayuk, CeeDee Lamb, who we mentioned, and Jamar Chase all want new contracts.
Yep.
I thought when the Cowboys traded their previous number 1 and kept CeeDee Lamb, I thought it was going to be a big mistake. I didn't see CeeDee Lamb stepping up the way he did, but he has stepped up and he's taken over that number 1 position for the Cowboys. I think they got to pay him. I don't know.
He's looking to get a contract matching Justin Jefferson's, which is 4 years, $130 million.
He's nowhere near those.
Let me ask you this, guys. Of those 3 receivers and those 3 teams, Ayuk 49ers, CeeDee Lamb Cowboys, Jamar Chase Bengals, which one does the most damage if they're not there at the start of the season?
Oh, Jamar Chase.
Yep, absolutely.
No doubt.
No doubt. Don't get me wrong. T. Higgins, I think can be a number 1 option, but there's already tension there with his contract. He got franchise tagged. He might get traded. So if Jamar Chase doesn't show up to training camp and he's not there by week 1, the Bengals are in hell.
Yeah, they're in trouble without him.
No, he is vital. And so everybody knows how I have the past couple of seasons said, don't sleep on the Bengals. And then unfortunately, Joe Burrow got hurt in training camp, and then he broke the tendon in his wrist. And, Cincinnati Bengals still almost made the playoffs. I think Jamar Chase is vital to that team. They've got to get that done. CeeDee Lamb, I think the Cowboys are just going to say, dude, you can play and get paid, or you can not get paid. Your call. They're not going to extend him this year. I don't see it. Ayuk, it's a coin flip to me.
Yeah.
But here's the other problem for the 49ers. Trent Williams is holding out.
Really?
Yes.
That's a big hit.
That's the problem. See, and the fact that Williams wants more money, and here's the thing. He's going to be 36 at the end of his contract. I don't think there's a chance in hell he wants an extension or expects the 49ers to give it to him. He wants to be the highest paid offensive lineman in the game. Okay, they'd have to add a few $1 million a year to his contract to do that. I don't think that's going to be a problem for them, and I think they're going to have to do it because they don't have an answer at left tackle besides him, and he's absolutely vital. He plays a massive role for their team, which hurts the chances that Brandon Ayuk is going to get his money.
Yep, and then, but this is a thing a lot of people have been doing it. Matthew Stafford, a man with class, came up to the Rams, and right before training camp, he got his contract restructured to 4 years, $160 million. So Trent Williams trying to get paid to be the highest player in his position how old is Trent Williams? 32, 33, 34?
He's 33 years old. He's got 3 years left on his deal.
And he wants to be the highest paid left tackle.
He wants an extension.
No. I hear he doesn't want an extension, but it's a matter of respect. He says he's the best left tackle in the game. He should be making the most money.
Wow.
Who is the highest paid? It's Orlando Brown Jr.
Correct. Because he just reset the market by moving teams.
Yeah, you know what? I would have to agree with Trent Williams. He is the best. If it's a restructure, then he has to tail in that money for it to be worth for the 49ers. That has to be a backfilled contract.
Yeah, 49ers are not famous for giving in to players when they throw tantrums either.
No, but he's not some skill player. No, I've watched I went back and watched a lot of 49ers film, and he basically will obliterate the defensive end and then take out 2 linebackers on a running play. I mean, he's just an absolute beast. He's a monster. He reminds me of Art Shell for the Raiders back in the day, who would just he would crush a defensive end, take out 2 linebackers, and then the safeties turn and run away. I mean, they didn't want any of that, right? And so he's that good. Is Brandon Ayuk a great receiver? Yeah. Is he a Hall of Fame receiver? No. Is Trent Williams a Hall of Fame left tackle? First ballot, no doubt. Absolutely. So I think that's who you got to pay.
Trent Williams is the best in the league. He's right, but I think once you sign a contract, you should think about honoring it.
I agree with you, Rocky, but it's just not what's being done.
It's not what today's age does in sports.
Right. Okay, let's play a little game, shall we?
Yes.
Christian, can you bring up on your phone or something all the playoff teams from 2024? And we're going to play a game called Playoff or Not Playoff with all the teams that were in the playoffs last year.
Okay, let's start off with the AFC. Going in from the AFC, we have the 7 seed Steelers.
No.
Is it bad that I want to say yes? Yes.
The Ravens and the Bengals are both better than them in that division. And
I'm not saying they're not.
Don't be Joe Burrow. Not going to happen. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Lamar missed practice.
And Jamar Chase plays, they're better than the Steelers, and the Browns are close. The Steelers are the third best team in their own division.
All right. Going on, we have the Bills.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to hedge and say there's a possibility not, because the Jets and the Dolphins are both going to be very good. And it hinges on, for me, not only can the offense keep being very productive without one of their best players who left, but that defense lost a lot of pieces, guys. A lot of pieces. So can they be what they were? I don't know. That's a coin flip one for me. because the Jets or the Dolphins could be very good.
I'm going to say no for the Bills. Okay, then moving on, we have the Miami Dolphins.
I
lean because this goes back to the Bills, right? If the Bills are what they were, then the Dolphins are the odd man out. If the Bills aren't as good as they used to be, then the Dolphins could sneak in. So that's one, again, it's a coin flip for me.
Yeah, I think it's a green slime that gets left out in that division. I think if
really,
yeah, I think the Jets are not going to make the playoffs.
But Aaron Rodgers,
yeah, I know, but Aaron Rodgers, yeah, the green
Rodgers.
We got the reigning Super Bowl champs, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Obvious,
yes. Quicker, man. 5 minutes, bro.
Then we have the Cleveland Browns.
No.
Okay, the Houston Texans.
Yes.
Yes. This is the best team in the AFC, in my opinion. Okay, going on to the NFC, the Green Bay Packers.
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I'll lean towards the Dallas Cowboys.
No.
The Los Angeles Rams.
Yes.
100 yeses. The Detroit Lions.
Yes.
Detroit Lions.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 100%.
The Philadelphia Phillies.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Eagles.
Yes.
Yeah. Tampa Bay.
No.
Yes.
Okay, Tampa Bay's winning, and then obviously San Francisco 49ers.
Yes.
I think that's
my surprise playoff teams, Saints and the Seahawks.
Really?
If I was forced to pick a couple of teams that are like not
dark horse,
that are dark horses, right? The Saints, because I think their offense is going to be so much better and their defense is solid and improved a little bit. There were several games last year, 4 or 5 games, where the Saints had the lead late in the game and couldn't hold it because they couldn't run out the clock because they couldn't run the ball.
Right.
That's going to be different this year. Plus, the play calling was dull and boring. The Seahawks are one of those teams. I'm going to exit full screen here, and I'm going to go back to their. I was looking at the Seahawks depth chart, and I gotta say, if you are looking at receiver groups in the NFL, who's better than DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and Jackson Smith and Jigba?
Stephon Diggs, Nico Collins, and Tank Dell.
Okay, but it's not a runaway. I mean,
it's not that much. It's not by that much.
Right. Okay, so then at running back, Kenneth Walker III, the hammer, Zach Charbonnet, the speed guy. Geno Smith, he's been resurgent since he came back there. One of the most
efficient quarterbacks.
Yeah, Noah Fant at tight end, great. Strong offensive line. And, it's a good defense. And by the way, you know who their coach is now? Mike McDonald, who was the defensive coordinator for the Ravens for the past decade. You don't think their defense is getting better in Seattle? They are a dark horse team to watch.
Seattle will forever be a thorn in everyone's side, but going ahead for this season, I'm going to have to disagree with that.
I don't think they get past.
Look, I love this. I love the 49ers and the Rams in the NFC West. I don't love the NFC East. I don't love the NFC South. Maybe this is the division that sends 3 teams.
Maybe.
I wouldn't doubt it.
A 12-5 49ers, 11-6 Rams, and a 10-7 Seattle Seahawks.
Wow.
Just saying. Not outside. The
Rams are getting no respect. Cooper Kupp just got ranked 67 in the top 100 receivers. He's healthy. Yeah, he didn't make a. By the way,
top players.
about Detroit's chances to make the playoffs. They just lost their kicker, Michael Badgley. He's out for the season.
Yeah, it's okay. You can find decent kickers.
Yeah, Lamar. Tell that to the Rams, man.
Yeah, tell that to
the Lions are not going to need a lot of field goals to win games.
All right. Lamar Jackson missed practice. He's hurt.
He's been sick, ill. Yeah. He got some bad purple drink.
So, if we're going to be talking about dark horse teams making it next year to the playoffs, my best bet is the Indianapolis Colts, man. A team that was a game away from a playoff berth. Now they got Anthony Richardson back, who I think is a significant.
I thought their quarterback was Anthony Edwards, the guy that played Goose in Top Gun.
Yeah, that's it.
They got Anthony Richardson.
Oh, Anthony Richardson. Okay, sorry.
Significantly
Lamar
better.
Jackson.
1 minute.
Huggy Bear.
You know, he was mixing Coors with Ripple. It's called Cripple. And that will keep you out of practice. We used to do that with his kids, man.
Oh my God.
Cripple.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. I'm leaving.
All right.
Everyone.
Goodbye,
Baby.
I've been Christian Durrani. This is Rocky John. This has been Steer Line. We will see you guys next week with more info on the NFL and insight on Rams training camp.
Go